So the Minnesota Vikings defense this year, maybe not so much. The switch to the 3-4, Ed Donashell, and all right, fine. We'll finally admit the defense was old, it was slow, and there was miscommunications all over the place, and it really just was a hot mess. And the Vikings sort of skated by because of a couple of big turnovers, and also they could rush the passer in the first half of the season. But moving forward, who's going to be here? I think that there's going to be a lot of changes on this defense. I think that Kwesi sort of is like, okay, we'll see what they can do this season, and then next year I'm just completely going to burn you to cut to the ground. I think that's exactly what Kwesi is going to do. So I think there's a lot of veterans that are going to be gone, and we want to walk through like who actually is going to be here next year. Oh, also we need to add. There you go. There you go. All right. So looking through, we have free agents listed in yellow, and looking at some of the veteran contracts. So I do think that Kendricks is probably going to be gone. Harrison Smith may be gone. Jordan Hicks is certainly gone. So the Vikings are looking to save some cap. I think za'darius. Man, flip a coin. Flip a coin. Also, do they stick with the 3-4? Because by and large, they still have a lot of 4-3 personnel. And whoever the new DC is going to be, I mean, maybe they go a different direction. I mean, because you have a guy like Raheem Morris, who has coached a 3-4, notably with the Rams, but he's been a 4-3 guy throughout his career with the Falcons as with the Bucs. So TBD. So going through, let's do the free agents first. So I want Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson back. Now Spot Rack estimates his market value around $10.5 million. So it's going to be expensive, but we're certainly going to keep him. Well, let's go through, do the slam dunks. So Harrison Phillips is obviously going to be here. Lynch will be here. Osei will be here. See, Wanham and Jones are still on the rookie deals. Troy Dye is going to be close. Asamoah, yes. All right, so we'll do Dye. Dantzler, yes. Basically just highlighting all the young guys. And Metellus, yes. And Beasley. All right, so those guys are slam dunks. We'll put them in green. And then the rest of it. So Blacklock is still under contract, still on his rookie deal from the Texans, so that makes sense. TJ Smith, maybe. I would love Kairos Tonga back, yes. Jonathan Bullard. If the Vikings stick with the 3-4, yes, that one could make sense. But we also could just say that he's sort of in the middle in this spot. So what we do? Put him in orange? Sure, why not? Daniil Hunter, I don't know if he's guaranteed to be back. I think the Vikings, if they stick with the 3-4, I think if I'm Daniil or his agent, like I'm pushing to be traded to a 4-3 team. So I'm going to put Daniil and both za'darius and Daniil in orange because I think it's about 50-50 on both of them if they're back. za'darius, I mean, is he worth the cap number? Or you want to pick up $12 million in cap savings? Certainly was a different player in the second half of the season when he couldn't stay healthy, and it's really unfortunate. I think Kendricks is certainly gone. I think Hicks is also gone as well, which is unfortunate, especially with Kendricks. Harrison, I mean, Harrison had a decent season, had 5 interceptions, which is fantastic, but also in coverage at times, there was issues. I mean, there certainly were. And this is coming from one of the biggest Harrison Smith fans out there, man. So I'm going to firmly put him in orange. All right, so recapping. Green will be here, or estimating that will be here. Orange, 50-50. Red, gone. Right, so Kalon Barnes could be back. Perry. Theo, who I like a lot. Hopefully he's on a futures contract. Also, Miles Darn is considering a futures contract, so we'll say maybe with all of them. But then the rest of the free agents, so Patrick Peterson, I don't know. I really don't know, because if Peterson wants $5-6 million per year, maybe or less, certainly would be great. I think he's good as a mentor. I think he's good playing a lot more zone. But I mean, you saw him against the Giants game when he had to play man. It wasn't good. It certainly was good. So I'm actually gonna say Patrick Peterson is gone. Duke Shelley, I want you back. That's right, Duke Shelley. Extend him, multi-year deal. Don't really care. Shandon, no. Chris Boyd, I would love to have back as a special teamer, as well as a backup cornerback. So that makes sense. And then TJ Smith, whatever. Villain will be here. Willekes is RFA, so yes, he will be in the mix. I'm talking about like 90-man roster. I'm not talking about guys who are going to make the 53 guaranteed. TJ and Connolly, say 50-50, and Kwenku should and could be here as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of question marks in there. And it does suck because you look at some of the names that we listed in red: Kendricks, Hicks, Patrick Peterson, Shondon. And look at guys that are maybes. I mean, you look at Za'darius, who was so impactful the first part of the season. Harrison Smith, as well as maybe Daniel Hunter ends up getting traded if the Vikings stick with the 3-4. I don't know. But, I mean, who would you say 100% is going to start next year? It's really hard to say. Like, Harrison Phillips might be the only one. Harrison Phillips legitimately might be the only guy that you say 100% is going to start on defense next year. Maybe Asamoah because they're planning to get rid of Kendricks and Hicks. And that's it. Do you think Bynum is guaranteed to have a starting spot? Maybe. Do you think Lewis Cine is guaranteed to have a starting spot? Maybe by default. What about Evans and Booth? Did they get into the mix? What about Dancer? What about Duke Shelley if and when he comes back? If Diesel Down Thompson is back, he's obviously in the starting lineup, but is he guaranteed to come back? I don't know, man, but a lot of changes have to happen on this defense. They got to get younger, they got to get faster, they got to get more aggressive because not only were they old and slow, but there was miscommunications all over the place, especially in the secondary, leading to busted coverages, and it was just bad, straight up bad. Couldn't rush the passer, couldn't do this, couldn't do that, couldn't stop the run. They bent and they broke in the red zone. And it was just rough all the way around. But your thoughts are thoughts. Take a look at who is going to be back on defense in 2023. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.